he has just delivered.
We are surely going to have some interesting times in the 9th Parliament of Ghana, since Ghana has now elected a new president, with the winning NDC party having majority of the parliamentary seats. This is how the 8th Parliament ended when the previous Deputy Minority Leader, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua, gave his final speech.
Mr. Speaker, I need to remind you that the people of Ghana have already given their verdict on the true state of the nation. And that verdict was very, very clear. Economic hardship, huge debt overhang, high youth unemployment, hopelessness, and more. We have come to the end of the road for what has been undoubtedly the worst government under the Fourth Republic. Honourable Speaker, this abysmal record was confirmed on December 7th when the people of Ghana returned the most overwhelming and emphatic vote of rejection of any government ever witnessed under the Fourth Republic. Mr. President, you will be remembered as the first president who was cushioned by the IMF when you began, and you are still being cushioned at the end of your term. Mr. President, you left something very important in your account. You left out an account of your promise to God to build him a cathedral. But Mr. President, Mr. President, I will leave that for you, between you and your God. Mr. President, let me remind His Excellency, Honourable Speaker, that his tenure in office will remain a timely reminder of how not to govern the country. But let me also be quick to assure the good people of Ghana that hope is on its way. In President John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, we can once again glean a brighter future from the throes of despair. Together we will work hard to lift ourselves from this historic low and reclaim our place, our glory as the Black Star of Africa once again. Fellow Ghanaians, we are comforted and strengthened by the following words of Scripture. And I'm quoting Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. And I quote, "And Moses said unto the people, Fear you not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you shall see them no more." Bye-bye, Mr. President. It is finished. With that, Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much.
This is how the 8th Parliament ended, with Honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua quoting the Bible, quoting Exodus 14:13. This is a message to the old government, or the NPP party that has just lost the elections. They are being referred to as the Egyptians that we are going to see no more. This passage really interests me because of the symbology that it stands for. The NPP government, which is now out of office, is being described as an oppressing government. That is how the people feel about this government, and they are being referred to as the Egyptians. They brought a lot of troubles to Ghanaians. There's a failed economy, so much money owed to the IMF. They promised Ghanaians they were going to build a national cathedral, which costs over billions of dollars, and yet still the foundation was dug, but the national cathedral was never built, it was never completed, and so on. They said they give Ghanaians free education, but then this free education is not quality education, because the students are not getting good meals at school. The government is owing so much money to the secondary schools. Everything is almost a failure. It's not, even though it's a democracy, people are not free to express themselves, so this is why this passage fits this past government so much. This Bible quotation fits them so much that they have been Egyptians, they have been oppressors to the Ghanaian people. And this 9th Parliament is going to be so interesting because the parliamentarians are using so much quotations here and there. They are using so many symbols. I have heard another one from the now minority leader who belongs to the National Patriotic Party, that is the old government, Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin. This speech was during the induction of parliamentarians into the 9th Parliament, and now minority leader Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin gave an introduction to his speech. Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin belongs to the Egyptians. Okay, he belongs to the Egyptians. Now this time he is going to cut deep as the new members of Parliament are inducted into the 9th Parliament. Let's listen.
Right, Honorable Speaker. The MC has done the needful. I would have wished she had added the former majority leader. The second degree working tools of the Freemasons rules book provide us. We have all sprung from the same stock, partakers of the same nature, and sharers in the same hope. And although distinctions amongst men are necessary to preserve the nation, yet ought no eminence of situation make you feel superior over the other. For he who is placed at the lowest ebb of fortune's wheel is equally entitled to our regard. As the time will come, the wisest of men knows not how soon, when all distinctions, save those of goodness and virtue, shall cease, and death, the grand level of all human greatness, shall reduce us to the same state. Mr. Speaker.
Ooh, chills. He's quoting from a serious place. He's quoting from higher places. He's quoting from higher places. And what is he trying to do? He's trying to scare their conscience. He's trying to weaken their conscience before the whole thing begins, before the whole show starts. Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin is really a mysterious man. He is really, really a mysterious man.